Math Tune-Up with Mr. Payne. Let's look at the situation where we want to use the sine law to solve a problem using it in a triangle. We use the sine law when we do not have a right angle in the triangle. And what we must have is we must have an opposite pairs situation. Here I've got an angle and an opposite side, and I've got an angle and an opposite side. So I can use the sine law. In this case, I want to solve for the side length A. Since I'm looking for a side length, I'm going to write the sine law with the sides on top. That will save me a multiplication at the end. Please remember, you only need two of these to make it work. You can have this pair, or this pair. You do not need all three. So now I'm just going to plug in the numbers. I would like to have A alone, so I'm going to multiply both sides by the sine of 56 degrees. Now I will just work out this. I will use my calculator to find the sine of 56 and the sine of 72 and work out the final answer. And when I work that out, I get 13.9 centimeters. Please remember, it is an approximation because these two numbers here, those are the rounded sine ratios for 56 degrees and 72 degrees. The other situation we use the sine law is to find an angle in non-right triangle. Again, you need the opposite pairs relationship. So here I have an angle and its opposite side. I have an angle and its opposite side. So I can use the sine law. Since I'm looking for an angle this time, I'm going to put the angles on top in the relationship. Now I just plug in my numbers. In this case, I'm going to use the letter R, so I can say sine of R over 18 equals sine 62 divided by 19. I'm just using the crossways relationship. I would like to get rid of the 18, so I'm going to multiply both sides by 18. I'll now plug in sine 62 into my calculator to get an approximation. Now if I work that out using my calculator, I will get the following number. Now please remember, it's an approximation because these are round, that's a rounded value. Where most students now go wrong is they think this is the final answer. It is not. This is a sine of R, not R itself. To get the actual angle R, I'm going to plug this number in to the inverse sine function on my calculator to get the approximation for R. So angle R will be equal to sine -1 0.8365, and that works out to approximately 56.8 degrees. So to recap, to use the sine law, you need a non-right triangle where you have a opposite pairs relationship between angles and opposite sides. If you're looking for a side, you write the sine law with the sides on top. If you're looking for an angle, you write the sine law with the angles on top. Please revisit this lesson as often as you feel necessary.